Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'll be pitting the DeltaHub Ergonomic wrist rest against the generic one that I've been using for the past year, and hopefully answer the question that immediately comes up in everyone's head when they first come across this odd-looking desk accessory. Do I need an ergonomic wrist rest? Let's find out. What I have here is the DeltaHub Carpio version 2. It's an ergonomic wrist rest designed to alleviate pain and discomfort from prolonged use of a mouse, and to counteract carpal tunnel and other such conditions. It comes in 3 parts, a stiff plastic base that glides on your desk, and 2 replaceable silicone pieces that are nice and soft to the touch. The sculpted shape is designed to cradle the meaty pads at the base of your palm that is usually in contact with your desk. So in that sense, it's more of a palm rest than a wrist rest. The Carpio comes in 2 sizes, and the company recommends measuring your hand against a credit card to help you decide which one to get. Lefties aren't left out, as the Carpio is also available for the left hand. I followed their sizing guide and ended up with a smaller version, which turned out to be perfect for my hand size. Using this type of free-floating wrist rest takes some getting used to, and it may not work well with how you like to grip and use your mouse. For this very reason, I didn't go for the Carpio right away when I first found out about it, and went with a cheap generic wrist rest instead. I just wanted to see how I could adapt to this type of accessory, and in the past year that I've been using this generic model, I can say that the experience was mostly positive. This is largely due to the way I hold and move my mouse. I tend to keep my wrist anchored firmly against the desk, and with a high sensitivity setting, I nudge my mouse around with my fingertips. And doing this for 8 hours a day, I usually feel discomfort in my palm and even develop calluses when working on a hard surface like the metal desk I have at the office. With the ergonomic wrist rest, I feel less discomfort at the end of the day, though I must admit it wasn't totally eliminated. Probably because this one was slightly larger than I needed it to be. It has a very pronounced middle part, and because my hand isn't big enough for it, it tends to seesaw on this bit in the middle. So after about a year of getting used to this type of wrist rest, I finally decided to pick up the DeltaHub Carpio. Comparing the two side by side, the design is clearly different. The Carpio eliminates the middle section entirely and has an overall lower profile than the generic model. As I was able to select a smaller size, it also sits more naturally against my palm. The better fit helps keep the device from pivoting and getting out of position while in use. There's also a big difference in the amount of give the pads have between these 2 models. The generic one is harder overall, being constructed out of a single solid piece of silicone. On the Carpio, the section closer to the thumb is similarly stiff, but the opposite end has thinner material and is much more pliable. With much less silicone than the generic model, the Carpio is also a lot lighter, so it's easier to drag around the desk along with your mouse. So with all that out of the way, let's talk about whether or not you need this kind of wrist rest. And really, all I can say is that you have to try it out for yourself. The reason being, we all have different hands, we all grip and move the mouse differently, and we use different kinds of mice. If you aren't experiencing any pain in your palm or wrist after a long day of work or gaming, then there's no problem there to begin with. But if you do have these symptoms or are just overly curious about this accessory, then go ahead and give it a go, because it's simply one of those things that you have to experience firsthand. Pun intended. Links will be down in the description if you want to try the Carpio out yourself. This video was not sponsored, but if you do use my affiliate links, it helps support the channel at no extra cost to you. Thanks for dropping by, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I hope to see you all in the next one.